Hello, everyone. I'm Laura Greco, founder of Art of Supple Parenting and your podcast host at Superpower Mamas. Thank you for stopping by. Today, I'm very excited about the topic, which is about playfulness. How what the value is of playfulness, both in our lives and as parents, parenting our children. And really, I guess what I want to say too is how important it is, not just for us, but for our children. In fact, very much so. Um, Prior to 2020, we were in a very fast-paced world where we were busy running here and there, and honestly, that created a lot of doingness in our lives, a lot of um, not a lot of space for thinking outside the box and playing, right? We were busy doing. And then we went into the COVID where we were all brought home, which added a different layer to our lives, right? Because although we got space, we weren't going anywhere anymore. It also created a space of us being together more, not being able to run more. Um, and it created a busyness in a new way because now we were in the thrust of working from home, educating our children from home. Maybe we have several children, so there was several different schedules to handle. And yeah, here we are, right? But that doing this, as a parent, I know too that doing this can create a lot of challenge in the fact that we can become exhausted, honestly, um, from the driving of doing and doing. And one way that you can alleviate that entire thing is to add playfulness into your day and into your life in a couple of different ways. Number one, you can add playfulness throughout the day in the way that you approach your day. I found for me that, the, you know, managing my children or telling them what to do was actually exhausting and not, I didn't discover a lot of cooperation with them. There are times where that's appropriate, of course. However, children do need fun. And sometimes creating a little fun out of a chore or out of a thing we need to do can ease ourselves and our children. For example, you have a small child, you need to get them into the car, all buckled up, right? And you can just, do the orders like we do sometimes. Or you can grab them up and you can snuggle and kiss them and get them laughing and pop them in the car, put them in the seat before they're even done. Now, sometimes they might scream anyway. That happens, right? But creating that playfulness regularly can really help you and help them. And it just lightens the mood. Another way we want to incorporate playfulness is in actually playing with our children. It helps us to create connection, helps us to create trust, right? Um, what our children want most from us is to be truly seen, to be attentively heard, and to be loved and respected for who they are and not who we expect them to be. And playfulness can add a huge um, ease in creating that bond, that kind of bond, because isn't that also what we want, right? We want that love and respect from our children, and we want them to hear and see us too. And so, how do children communicate best? Well, it is through play. In fact, I've always said that the job of children is to play, right? That's how they learn about their world. That's how they learn to interact in life. That's how they learn to experiment. Sometimes we find ourselves um, saying no to something many times. Well, it could be because your child is just exploring to see if he's going to get the same result every time he touches that plug, right? So, um, yeah, play is important, very important. I remember in speaking to the connection when I was young, my sister and I were trying to build a fort out of these packing pallets that my father had on the property. So, we were lining them up and trying to build them. And in the meantime, my aunt and uncle came over, and Uncle Joe asked us what we were about. And I forget exactly how it went, but he came out. He came out and started to help us build this fort because we were having trouble with it. And as an electrician, my father had a lot of wire laying around, and so he gathered up some wire and helped show us how to weave it through the pallets to hold all the walls up and put the roof on, right? So, and not to go into that so much, but to just say what a memorable thing he did. It created a new connection between us and him. We got to know him in a deeper way, and that was has never been forgotten. I fondly think of my uncle on account of that. And so, isn't that what we want? That bond with our children, that bond with ourselves and our family. Families that play together enjoy one another more. Um, so, yeah, you might have a busyness with all that's going on, but how can you create more ease even in your busy schedules? Well, when mom and I were talking, because at the beginning of COVID, it was all about getting schedules together and making sure the children were getting the learning and to complete the year. And so she organized herself. She wasn't used to doing this, and she got a schedule together, and then she got tired. She says, I'm so exhausted all the time. And so I started inquiring about her day, and what we mapped out was shaking it up. So we took the days of the week, and that was just a brainstorm idea, but it turned out to be a bit of brilliance, really, because Monday through Friday, Mondays, what can Monday be, and change it up, or what could Wednesday be, Wacky Wednesday, thankful Thursdays, sharing something you really love about another member of the family or what you're grateful for in that day. Um, Fridays are fun, family, friends. Like, how can you alternate your days a little bit to not just remember the days of the week, but to have something to look forward to, even though there's a schedule? So, I hope you can see, or at least I've stimulated some creative ideas for you to create more fun and play in your life. And the key here is that it creates trust, connection, and respect. And so when we're incorporating playfulness, we not only tap into our children and their abilities to connect with us, but we tap into, as adults, our connection with ourselves. And in that way, we all feel some levity. Life is more than just work and schedules and managing. Life is also to be enjoyed. We are gifted with so much beauty and opportunity. So enjoy your day and your week. My challenge is to find something or some way of incorporating playfulness in your week. If you're already doing that, which is very likely, share with us what you're doing so that others can benefit from what you've discovered is helpful for you. And we all benefit from each other. So let's play, let's create the connection. Um, so big hugs, love one another till next time. And I love you.